Hi, this is Tom. Welcome to my channel. So this is an app that I built today on Joseph Campbell's theory regarding the hero's journey. And Joseph Campbell was interested in myths and noticed that there were similarities between the hero story across all sorts of different cultures and all in different times. And I used this app as a trial balloon. I never heard of this, but it sounded like I asked the AI for ideas for an app, and this was one of the ideas. I thought it sounded interesting. Um, so what I wanted to try out was building a knowledge base for the app, and so the knowledge base would be the source material for the app. I wanted to see like what would be like a really good approach for that. And so in order to do that, I asked uh, the AI how to go about it, and I asked it to research it. And so it did that, and then it came up with a an approach for doing that, which is I'm not sure that here it is right here. Okay, I wasn't sure if I put it here, but I did. So this is the approach that it came out with, which is what it wanted to do was to use JSON, which is a type of file structure for storing the knowledge base, the material for the app. So I'll show you just a couple of them. So let's see, let's say this is the this is a mess, isn't it? This is the longest one. You'll see like what it looks like in the app in just a moment. But I have 5 heroes that using for examples, which I'll show in the app. I'm just going to use this to show what the JSON looks like. So it has there's 12 stages for each hero. The hero here is Moses, and each stage looks like this. So this is stage one. Then it's got material for stage one of Moses, and then so on for the 12 stages. There's 5 heroes, so there's 60 of these uh, that it went through. And then here's one that talks about the stages themselves, just how they work. And this is like the core of Campbell's theory. And then it suggested a glossary. So there's a glossary JSON for different words that have special meanings for his theory. And then there's a couple of other JSONs that I won't go into. I'm going to go to the app to show what that looks like. So it took um, it took quite a while for I used Gemini to build this, and it took quite a while. I didn't time it, but I want to 5 to 10 minutes, something like that. Probably I'm not sure, maybe seven, say. And it took it 2 tries, and I was really impressed with it. I didn't know if it was going to be able to do it because this is a lot of material, but it did it. And this is what it looks like. So here we've got the 12 stages from that one JSON. So it's showing the 12 stages, and you click on it, and it will tell you about it. Now, as a user, this is all we really care about, and the source is probably interesting too. But I thought it was interesting. And Ordinary World, that's interesting too. That's the name of the stage. But it's got some other of this kind of meta information, like tags and cross references. And I don't know why I put that in there. I'll have to ask it to see if it had a reason. But that just looks like extra stuff. The heart of the app is the hero examples. So there's 5 heroes, I asked the AI for 25 to choose from and wound up with these five: Moses from the Bible, Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, Neo from The Matrix, Pi Patel from The Life of Pi, and Dantes from The Count of Monte Cristo. So I have a, an ancient source, the Bible, a couple of movies, a couple of novels, and it goes through and applies the theory to each of the heroes. So you have each of the 12 stages for each of the five heroes. So that's 60, uh, 60 items, I guess you could say. And plus, there's a lengthy introduction for each of them. So it's a very, very thorough app. There's, a lot of material here. So it's a very thorough presentation of the theory. Then there's a glossary that it has, and then an about. So I think the idea worked out really well. What I was playing around with about trying to build a knowledge base. Again, the technique was I asked the AI to research how to use AI itself to build a knowledge base for web apps. And that's a really good prompting technique to ask the AI to research how to best use itself. And it's sort of interesting that the AI is not self-aware about things about itself a lot of times. Well, part of it can be like it has a knowledge cutoff. So say the knowledge cutoff is a year ago, and a lot of its capabilities were built within the last year. So it just doesn't know what it can do. So you can have it research how it should go about doing things and research what its own capabilities are. And that can be really helpful in working with it. And so I had to do the research and how to best use it. And I came up with a plan. I went through the plan. I was really happy with how this turned out. You can see that there's work to do to make it look better, but functionally, it's great. The only downside I would say would be it did take a long time. It took quite a few hours to do the work, but it's a really nice product, and so there's a trade-off there, and like how much time you're willing to put in to get the quality of the source material. But there is a quick and dirty way of going about this, which is, I would say, like maybe half as good in terms of the quality, but it takes like a 20th of the time. So I'm going to talk about that in my next video, which would be a quick and easy way of building a web app um, using this same sort of approach where you have a knowledge base and you build a web app. And again, it's a nice app that it came up with, and it took far less time, just less than half an hour, maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. So I'll talk about that in my next video. So thanks for watching, and until next time.